What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and I know the messages, honestly, the messages have been lovely. You've all been saying, where's Mike? What's going on, Mike? You all right, Mike? I'm all good. I'm ever so sorry that you've not had a video for 4 days now. 4 days with no video. We will be back to every single day, I can assure you of that. To be honest, there's been several reasons. I've been busy. Wedding is now going ahead. Obviously, we do know that we can have a wedding. No dancing, but we can have a wedding. So, yes. But also, obviously, literally, I haven't known where my arse and my elbow begin with Everton Football Club over the last week. Because I seem to be repeating myself on every video, and I always said that if it got to that point where I'm just regurgitating content for the sake of making content, that's not where this channel needs to be. This channel needs to be giving you news, giving you features, giving you exciting stuff to get your arse wrapped around and thoroughly fussed in. That was such a bad way of phrasing it. But yeah, there you go. So let's break the news. Let's break the news. Rafa Benitez could well be the Everton manager. Apparently discussions have been ongoing, and there's been 2 discussions Rafa Benitez has had with senior officials at Goodison Football Club and Goodison Park, and also with Farhad Moshiri himself. Farhad Moshiri, I believe, has put Rafa at the front of the queue and would like to offer him this job. Now, we also heard this a week ago with Nuno Espirito Santo, so I wouldn't worry too much if you're not Rafa in. Like, I really wouldn't worry about it. I just don't... I could still see it going south. Like, I could still see Rafa Benitez not being Everton manager. And I know a lot of you guys don't want Rafa as Everton manager. And look, I absolutely understand. I have a different opinion. I'm not saying I want Rafa, but I'm sort of the opinion he's one of the better options of the shit that are available. But there's no doubt he managed Newcastle, which he did a decent job at. He went to China and was awful. His record over the last 10 years has been a little bit sketchy. I get it. Like, I 100% get it. The fact he's managed Liverpool, the comments he made about Everton, like, I get it. I 100% understand why heads are rolling, people are unhappy. Like, I get it. It's a real tough one. Like, I can't sit here either way and say why I think it's right or wrong, because Everton have fucked up my head. You know, there's fans on Twitter and social media now just saying, fuck it, just give it to someone. I need to know what direction Everton are going. You know, whether it be fucking up or down, I need to know which way it's going. And, you know, some stats come out about Moshiri since he's been at the club. 5 years he's been there. This is a guy that spent something like 500... I'll put the picture up. You'll see how much money he has spent in this time. Like, it's mad. He's gone through 5 managers. The average points per game is down. The win percentage is down. I sort of feel like Moshiri's guiding us into the rocks. I'm really starting to worry about the Moshiri tendency. And I get he's building us a stadium, and we move forward, etc. Maybe we have moved forward commercially, but we certainly haven't on the pitch. You know, we're certainly not more attractive now, having spent £500 million. If anything, we're worse. You know, that team that Roberto Martinez built, with very little money. Obviously, the big money was Lukaku, fair enough, but that was a better Everton side. And what's happened over the years is that's completely destabilised. There doesn't really seem to be a way of looking at Everton Football Club and going, that's a top 6 team, because they're not. We're not a top 6 team. You know, you look through the team with the players we've brought in since. Bernard doesn't get into a top 6 team. Iwobi doesn't. I even think you'd possibly struggle with Decore. Allen, maybe. James Rodriguez probably does, but he's not consistent enough. You know, you can go back even further. Klassen, no. Balassi, no. We have struggled to sign the right players, so we've given money to managers that haven't got a clue. And then last season we had Carlo Ancelotti, who had a clue, understood the players that we needed, obviously worked with Marcel Brands, identified some good targets and brought them into Everton Football Club. But then he finished 10th. He finished 10th. And we all accepted that. We were like, yeah, he'll build this season, Well, how do we know that? How do we know that, you know, this dinosaur perception of Mourinho isn't just Carlo Ancelotti? Everton are in a mess. You know, I said it about a week ago and some people shot me down for it, but they are in a mess from top to bottom. You know, from the top of the board to the bottom, they are in a complete mess because nobody knows the identity, where Everton are going, what they're doing, what their aims are. You know, we all believed our aims was to be fighting for Champions League football and winning titles. Denise Barrett-Baxendale said that. Mashiri said that. Mashiri's season tickets, the first season he was in, full season on the renewal, said nothing will be the same. No, Farhad, it's been fucking worse, mate. It's been so much worse that our average points are lower. You know, one thing I will give Bill Kenwright for is he did identify, at least at the time, decent managers, and he gave them a go. He stuck with them. You know, Roberto Martinez was probably there a season too long. He let him try. He let him try and salvage that. David Moyes, the amount of times we yo-yoed and could have been sacked, but he didn't. And in the end, David Moyes left us, and I think we finished 6th that season and qualified for Europe. We walked into going to America under Martinez and, you know, bringing in some players and playing in really good competitions and, you know, John Stones scoring against Juventus in that American Cup thing or whatever it was. You know, these are things that they were good to be part of, and I can't say any of that under Mashiri. I literally can't say any of that from the first manager he brought in, which I disagreed with at the time, on the day he signed. Koeman never bought into Everton, never, not once. He turned us down, we offered him more money, he accepted. Every single press conference, he never said we, he said Everton. He never bought into it. You know, and if you look how bad it got, you know, he had 18 months, then it was people like Marco Silva and Sam Allardyce, and it was a mess. It's just been a mess. And I'm really worried. I'm really worried about the future, irrespective of what manager walks into this football club. I am really worried. You know, recruitment, as a manager like Rafa Benitez got the right pulling power. However, has Graham Potter, has fucking Nuno Espirito Santo, the only person that you could genuinely say had the pulling power is Conte. And as far as I understand, there might have been a conversation and they just ignored us, or maybe they reciprocated and had a conversation. Who knows? But what I do know is Conte's not going to be getting the Everton job. You know, there's Gaultier, who, again, a lot of people are all for. Again, I'm a bit on the fence about it, but people are entitled to their opinions. And the reason, you know, people are liking Gaultier is he's just won the league in France, opposite a PSG side. You know, he has just beaten a Pochettino PSG side to the title with Lille. He's done a great job. Whether that transcends into the Premier League is my concern, but I get why people want him. But I must say, I think it's about 75% of our fan base that don't want Rafa Benitez. So if that is the case, I support the fans. I support us, because we are the ones that pay our money week in, week out. And if our fans don't want Rafa Benitez, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know, whatever manager comes into Everton Football Club, I will back. And that could be Rafa Benitez. It could be fucking Steven Gerrard. It could be anyone. I will support this football club. But honestly, I think there's bigger issues than the manager at this football club. You know, how does Marcel Brands fit into a director of football role if this isn't his appointment? Why has he been moved onto other boards? Is he not in charge of football matters anymore? If not, why is he there? And that's not a criticism of him, because, trust me, I've got lots of criticisms of him. But why waste the money? I don't know how much money he's on. Maybe he's on 1 million, 2 million, 3, 4, whatever. I don't know what he's on, but why waste it? Why waste it? I just don't understand how all of the jigsaw pieces are fitting together. And I also don't understand, as a result, where it's gone wrong. Because Managerial is hell-bent on investing, and he spent £500 million. Everton, as far as I understand now, have more debt now than they did under Kenwright. That's a worry. That's not a good thing. I just don't know what I feel anymore. I just do not understand how I feel. If Rafa Benitez is the manager of Everton Football Club, fine, I'll back him. If Nuno is, fine, I'll back him. If Gaultier is, if Conte is, if fucking my dad was, I would back them. But I'm starting to lose serious faith with Managerial. I really, really am. Because the issue appears to be that he's not listening. You know, I would say enough fans wanted Nuno to be happy. I think it was very split, but I think it was just there. The fans are crying out to not have Rafa Benitez. Like, it's on radio, it's everywhere. And if Managerial appoints him, I think he's on a very, very slippery slope towards oblivion, and he won't get his investment back, or he might, just because the Premier League may be worth more money, but he won't make Everton into what he said and he promised at the start of this, and that's disappointing. But who knows? Who truly knows? I just don't know. I don't know. I had £15. I don't bet a lot, so I had £15 on Rafa Benitez at 10-1, and I had £15 on Christophe Gaultier at 10-1. They were my sort of two managerial bets, and the reason why I put those two in were for two different reasons. I thought Everton, with the Carlo model, he's managed Madrid. He's managed big clubs. So's Rafa. So I stuck him in there. I'll put Gaultier in there because he's young, he's ambitious, he's just done well with Lille. You know, that and I never thought it would be Nuno. I just didn't think Nuno was a good fit for Everton. But we'll see. I don't think Rafa will be the Everton manager. I don't. I think there's been too much stink. I think Everton will probably, based on this campaign that's out there, hashtag bring in Gaultier or get Gaultier or whatever it is, I think it'll be him. I really do. I think Everton will move Evan and Herve to go and get him, because they need the fans on side, because where we are right now is a shocker. So I'm leaving it there, guys. I hope you're all right. I hope everyone is okay. We've got some really, really exciting news coming. And I know I'm saying that with a very stern face, but we have got some huge, big, exciting news coming back on the channel. So let me know. You don't know what we're going on about, but, you know, it could be good. It could be really good. So, guys, I'm leaving it there. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon, and peace.